Welcome back, guys. You know, we always have fun doing the intros here and everything. Now, am I annoyed because this is my third time filming this video? Yes, very. We've had some water damage issues, we've had some processing video issues, whole bunch of shit, right? So we're just gonna get right into it. So what this video is, you're probably like, what the hell? Where's the trophy ceremony? Yeah, the trophy ceremony. The real trophy. I'm gonna cool it down because I'm getting angry at you guys, even though you haven't done anything wrong yet. So the trophy is coming. We're in the process of getting a real trophy. And so we're gonna push the trophy ceremony until we actually get it. I don't want to do it with a fake one like we did last year. So when we get the real trophy, we will do the trophy ceremony. It'll probably be like midway between the end of the year and the start of next year. Same time we'll send out like the new league year ballot for rule changes or anything that we got to vote on. So we'll send that out, and then at the same time we'll do the trophy ceremony. Now, before we get into what's recapping the championship and league awards, we got to cover something first, right? So let me explain something to you. This fantasy league is obviously should be your number one priority over any other league. And if it's not, we got a problem, right? And we got to fix that because it has to be. But, what you do in other leagues is a representation of this league, right? So it's like when you're an employee somewhere and, you may not be causing a ruckus on the job, but you're still representing the company off company hours. So what I mean by this is, it's come to my attention, us commissioners, we have a commissioners conference, and it came to my attention this year that there are some people in this league who are not necessarily good about their debts. And so obviously that raises a huge concern to league officials in our league because we're probably the most expensive league that any of you are in. And so basically, you got to think about it like this. It's like getting a credit card, right? Taking out a line of credit, getting a loan, whatever. If you default on, a loan that you got from TD Bank, well, you're going to have a tough time getting a loan at a different bank because your credit travels. All right, they're going to say, "Hey, you didn't pay up here. Why are you going to pay up there?" Right? So my point in this is if you are deemed to not have good league credit in terms of payments, and that doesn't necessarily mean you were, late on making payments for this league. It could be another league and you get, reported to the Fantasy Football Managers Commission. And so, if you have bad credit, then you're going to have to pony up your money pre-draft. All right. Now, all of you should just pay pre-draft because you should have the money for it. But if you have good credit, maybe I'll be willing to, extend you a lifeline. And if you need a little more time, you can have a little more time. But if you don't have good credit and we don't have your payment before the draft, I'm going to have to make a decision that I think is best for the league, which could be potentially your banishment and replacement. So I'm just putting that out there. We'll cover that more the closer we get to next year. It's not a big deal right now. And nobody defaulted in our league, just to put that out there. This isn't like something that, somebody in here didn't pay. Everybody paid for ours. Now, when the payments came, that affects your credit. So some have better than credit than others, but everyone is paid. But like I said, we'll go over that more, but next year, shit's going to get serious. Like there's going to be contracts, you're going to sign them or you're not in the league. And it's basically going to be you agreeing that if you're late, then you're going to pay a fee, a fine, a tax, right? Interest. But again, we'll get to that later. Let's cover the championship first. How about we do that? How about it, right? Who would have thought? I pretty much went into that Sunday basically in my head being like, fuck, Caleb's really going to win again. That sucks. Kind of ruined my day. Until Sunday night came along and Zach Ertz revitalized my day, made it a lot better. And so Liam ended up crushing him. It wasn't even close. And I mean, hats off to the kid. I doubted Liam all year, and he went out and got a ring. So, I got nothing bad to say about Liam. And Caleb put up a good fight. I mean, at the end of the day, you don't go to back-to-back championships being a bad manager. Now, is there some luck involved? Of course. Will that luck run out for Caleb? Of course. But for the time being, great seasons by both. But Liam is your champion. So congratulations to Liam. Like I said, we'll do the trophy ceremony and that stuff later in the offseason. Now on to awards, right? Rookie of the Year. This one was really tough to decide. Drumroll, please. We came out with Ben, right? So this one was really tough. There was a lot of rookies. Just kidding. Ben gets it by default. Ben probably thought shit was sweet in week 8 when he was like, first or second in the league or something, and then reality hit him in the face. Yeah, this league ain't no joke, buddy. But yeah, so Ben's your Rookie of the Year. Congratulations to Ben. He'll realize in year 2 it's even harder to kind of keep success in this league. Next, we got Comeback Manager of the Year. Now, previously, I think Dan won this last year. This year, it's kind of obvious, right? It's Cole. Last year, he was 5-9. This year, he was 10-4 in the 1 seed. I mean, that's a great turnaround. I will hand it to Cole. Now, I'll remind you, he was in dead last a year ago. Dead last. Dead last. Damn. But anyways, he went 10-4 this year. Got the 1 seed. Now, obviously, the curse of the buys continues. I try to tell guys it's a curse, and everyone's like, oh, it's different for me. This time it doesn't count. No, it counts every time. If you get the bye, you're not going to win. But still, great season by Cole. Kind of came up just short. He's done that a few times. But yeah, Comeback Manager of the Year, that's Cole. And our final award is GM of the Year. Now, this is a personal favorite of mine because it's about the process. It's not necessarily about the results. Like it is, but it isn't. Because you can make great trades and end up getting screwed by them. You can be great on waivers and it ends up screwing you. You know what I mean? But it's about the process. And this year with trades were down and there just weren't a lot of like great ones. There were a few, but GM of the Year is actually going to go to Moss. And you guys are probably like, how does a guy who didn't make playoffs get in GM of the Year? I asked myself the same thing, but he's the most deserving guy. The main reason is trading Zach Moss and CMC for Jahmyr Gibbs and Brock Bowers. I mean, that's the fleece of the year. That's even worse, or better, depending on how you look at it, than Cole and Trevor's trade. Because Moss traded CMC, who played 2.5 games, and they weren't even that good. I don't even think he scored a touchdown. And Zach Moss, who was like mid and then got hurt, for a top 3 running back and the number 1 tight end. I mean, it's a great fleece. Not to mention he got Bucky Irving off waivers, Jerry Jeudy off waivers. A lot of great waiver moves by Moss. And it's crazy that he didn't make playoffs with all these great moves. That's why it's like, this is kind of a weird one, but we deemed him as the most deserving candidate. His process was there. The results were not. But yeah, guys, so that's about it. Hopefully this time the video works, so I don't have to do this another time. But yeah, like I said, later in the off season, we'll hit you with a little ring ceremony. God damn it.